Cool.
All right, guys. So I'm at Hybrid Fitness here in Pasadena. Here with Justin. Justin is my trainer. We worked with him for a little bit. Sorry about that.
I'm slow. It's all good.
Yeah, I worked with him since like January of last year. I walked in essentially never really wanting to lose weight, to get strong. Like I walked in with a limp. I had problems from a lot of injuries from sports and growing up, and I had side effects. So I told him like, hey man, I want to be able to walk straight again, pretty much. That was the ultimate goal. So I kicked my ass literally for about 3 months. He showed me the basics. He helped me walk straight. He got me lifting weight that I never caught before, and then after that, I was able to pull 4 plates. So going from there, got into powerlifting. He taught me absolutely everything that I know about powerlifting, and competed with him. Really lucky to compete with him, Chris. We get up here a little bit. So yeah, I'll let you talk a little bit about yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin, owner of Hybrid Fitness. Been a lifelong athlete, been a personal trainer for about 10 years. My background is kinesiology, sports medicine. I graduated from Cal State Fullerton with my bachelor's degree. Originally thought I was going to go into the physical therapy world, and I ended up not working out. Found that I was more interested in working with able-bodied people, so personal training was just a better fit for me. I worked in all the commercial gyms growing up. Always was my dream to open my own facility and kind of teach my own philosophy of personal training. Kind of a newer concept that we teach at Hybrid Fitness is kind of a fusion of different methodologies between strength training, endurance training, and HIIT training. So we've kind of developed a way of combining all those 3 different elements into one kind of program. So it's kind of like how we teach things over here at Hybrid Fitness. It's the way I've taught myself and trained myself throughout my whole life without really knowing it was an actual program. But yeah, so that's kind of like my background. As far as an athlete goes, started doing competitive bodybuilding when I was 17. Competed all the way until I was 24. Fell in love with powerlifting. I've been doing competitive powerlifting pretty much ever since. I've won several competitions. Currently have what would be considered like a pro ranking in powerlifting, and now trying to figure out what's next. But I love doing personal training, and we're going to talk a little bit about the gym, and Rick's going to ask me some questions.
All right, cool. So I got a couple of basic questions just to kind of help out those who are kind of in need of some extra help. I know a lot of you are athletes, so this is just somewhere to help you get to the next level. So Justin, how do you keep clients motivated to keep continuing working out on their own?
The main thing for keeping people motivated, most people that come here, they come here for a reason. So the best method of keeping people on track and keeping people going and staying motivated is constantly reminding them why they started in the first place. Whether it be weight loss or muscle gain or athleticism or whatever, you got to constantly remind them why it is that they started in the first place. Because you tend to kind of get into your emotions and get used to the routine and whatever, and you kind of lose that kind of that sight, that focus. So constantly setting goals, constantly, saying, this is the path that we're on, this is why we're doing it. And that usually works out for most people, just kind of keeping them focused on the task, on the goal, and why they started in the first place.
Cool. Good. Now, what keeps you interested in training and coaching? I know you have a couple athletes who still compete. So what keeps you motivated to stay there?
For me, what I like people that come in kind of blank slate, people who never really been an athlete, people who don't really have that background, because for me, it's kind of like the mystery bag, like unlocking human potential. Like, what is this person potentially going to be able to do that they never knew they can do, or maybe I never knew they could do? So that kind of like playing with the human body, like figuring out what people's limitations are, and really pushing people beyond what they ever expected they were capable of doing is kind of like, that's like the biggest reward for me. That's what keeps me like really interested in doing personal training.
So in your experience in coaching and training and as an athlete, what does it take to get someone to change their life from going to like being a drinker, a smoker, being really unhealthy, to staying clean, staying on a diet, and having to work out of the gym?
Usually in that scenario, it's just getting people to start for one basic task in the beginning. So say someone comes to me for weight loss, once you get them all focused and get them achieving those goals, people tend to get addicted. If you're winning, if you're on a winning team, you want to keep winning. You get addicted to that. If you're losing weight, you want to continue losing weight, so you get addicted that. So it's basically putting people on a program that's achievable, showing them how they're improving, and basically just keep them moving along. Like it's kind of like a locomotive. Once you get the train rolling, it's really hard to stop it going. It just keeps progressing forward, and sky's the limit from that point.
Awesome. Now, in terms of your clients, what has been like your most satisfying achievement? Having someone that gain muscle or lose weight? What has been the biggest one? I know they're all like an achievement in their own, but what has been like the biggest one to sit off for you?
For me, I've always been like more like impressed with like performance-wise, like someone who's never been an athlete, now they can compete. Like that's always been amazing. I mean, like even for you, like you came in with like maybe I want to say the worst case scenario, but basically feeling like like I'm hopeless. Like there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do that. And you end up just taking it above and beyond. Like those types of scenarios, that's what's really rewarding to me. But I mean, I have a client now. I mean, she was type 2 diabetes. She's been overweight her whole life. She can't remember the last time she didn't weigh under 300 pounds, and she's currently weighing in at like 245. So she's lost almost 60 pounds in the last probably 5.5 months. So I mean, that's without doing like any tummy tucks or any surgeries or whatever. That's just strictly hard work, following the meal plan, and just sticking to the program and realizing that you can do this. And now she's just addicted to it. So I mean, she's doing squats and deadlifts and all kinds of things she never knew she could do that before. So that's definitely rewarding. And for her, someone like her, just seeing like that confidence change, like the personality change. Someone who never knew they were an athlete, never knew they had any of these abilities, and then now they're walking around with their head held high, and you just have that kind of change of personality and confidence. That's very rewarding.
Now, talking about weight loss with your clients, what do you think is harder? Is it harder to lose weight or to gain muscle?
Depends on the person. I mean, everyone. It's all that comes down to genetics, right? I mean, you can be naturally a heavier person with like thyroid problems, so like losing weight really is a true struggle. Like that type of person probably can put on a lot of muscle, but that's maybe not their goal. Their goal is to lose weight. So the struggle for them to lose weight is just as difficult as someone who's more like an ectomorph body, very skinny, very slinky kind of build, kind of like the runner body, trying to build muscle. That can be just as frustrating for them. I remember starting out in bodybuilding, like trying to get into it. I was more of a natural runner's body. I was very light, played soccer, endurance sports. So, in order to overcome that, I was having to eat, 10,000 calories a day, which is like a full-time job, and that's a lot of work to try and do that. So it's just as frustrating for me trying to put on size as it would be for a naturally bigger person trying to lose that weight. So to say one or the other is more difficult over the other, it's really hard to say. But I will say, both require work and dedication, and staying on task for your goal to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve.
Now, when you're not competing, how strict are you with your diet and your workouts, like workout regime? Does it change much, or are you still pretty solid on the same amount of numbers and stuff?
I'm pretty consistent throughout the year. My diet, I developed the concept of like diet based on task. So for me, if I'm going more into like my running season, so less of the heavyweight, more of the running, but I want to maintain my muscle mass. So with that taken into account, I now need to eat more. So I need to add in more carbohydrates, more essential fatty acids, and those types of things that are going to make up for that calorie deficit, so I don't lose a bunch of muscle mass. So my structured eating is a little different as an athlete. It just depends on what I'm doing. Powerlifting, I'm not doing as much running, not doing as much repetitions. So I don't really need that much more excess calories. So I kind of taper back and eat a little bit cleaner just to make sure I don't put on too much excess body fat or body weight. So, for me it shifts a little bit, but for the most part it's pretty consistent throughout the year. I mean, chicken, rice, fish, veggies, and that type of stuff. I prefer to eat cleaner. I feel a lot better. I try not to get too sloppy. But with that said, I've always preached even to my clients like the 80-20 principle. If you be clean and on task 80% out of the week, your body can still afford to kind of do whatever for that extra 20%. So, you don't have to be afraid to go have a cheeseburger or whatever you have every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that. Like your body actually needs a little bit every now and then. So, just try and be strict 80% of the time and kind of do your own thing for the rest.
Cool. Now, I know what it's like to work out here. I've trained here multiple times. Thankfully, hit a lot of PRs here. And in your perspective, how does the change in the gym and gym atmosphere change your workout? I know the intensity I have when I go, like say 24, is nowhere near the same as when I'm training here. Like deadlifts just don't feel the same. Your squats is just not the same. How much do you think it changes?
Yeah, atmosphere can be huge. You know, even for me, like, you know, I don't always work out here. Sometimes I go to other gyms, you know, for different reasons. But you know, I built this place, you know, to kind of have a certain vibe and a certain feel to kind of like motivate people and make them feel like I'm ready to work, I'm ready to work out. You know, you go like somewhere like Equinox, which is more like a frou-frou spa gym. You know, like maybe great for cardio and that type of thing, but you're not going to be really motivated to throw around like that heavy weight and get like really intense. So atmosphere definitely plays a huge role, and it just kind of gets you in the right mental state, you know, based on whatever task it is you're trying to achieve.
Awesome. Now, I know last year you helped me get my 500-pound squat and deadlift. Like it was a lot of hard work, but you helped me, and I was able to hit it in competition. So, what is your ultimate fitness goal right now?
So I'm just coming off of my last powerlifting meet. I hit my lifetime goal. My goal is to break the 1600 total, which for my body weight puts me in like a pro elite class. So that's been my goal since I started. My body's getting a little bit beat up, so now I'm kind of switching over more into endurance. So now it's like get more into the running, get some Spartan races in the beginning of the year, maybe do a bodybuilding competition again. So kind of my athletic focus is switching over more towards endurance. So me, you know, doing more of a running program, doing more like the high volume, high repetitions on the weights. And so, you know, physically I'll probably be slimming down a little bit, coming out with like a more of a lean body versus a little bit more like a thicker powerlifter body. So that's kind of I'm transitioning from one sport to another. And usually for me to make that full transition, it's about like a 3 to 4 month process to really be prepared for like another sport.
Guys, that was Justin. I'll give you guys a quick little tour of the gym right now. I'll show you what he has here. If you guys want to come down, he's not just a power lifter. You know, he'll help you with whatever you need. So, Justin, thanks a lot again.
Check out the gym.